Good morning, everyone. Good evening. Thero to all of you. I am Bhante Dhammalankara from Labnuru Kanda Forest Monastery, North Central Province in Sri Lanka. I am very happy to talk with you Dhamma, teachings of the Buddha, and I warmly welcome all the friends who have joined with us at the beginning of the sermon, especially Manil Metta, Pam, and Janaki Balasuriya, Janaki Amma. So I warmly welcome all of these friends. So all together, let's invite to the Devāvitakkasuttaṃ. Samanta Cakkavālesu Atra Gaccantu Devata Saddhammang Munirājassa Unantu Sagga Mukkadam Dhammasavana Kālo Ayam Badanta Dhammasavana Kālo Ayam Badanta Dhammasavana Kālo Ayam Badanta. Let's we pay our homage to great teacher, our Samma Sambuddha. Recite with me all together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Thero Dhamma friends, today I am going to talk with you another important sutta preached by our great teacher, Samma Sambuddha. So, sutta name is Dvedhāvitakkasuttaṃ. In Majjhima Nikaya, sutta number is 90. So, before I start the sermon, I should thankful to most venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi. I most probably use Bhikkhu Bodhi's translation to use English words, most suitable English words. So I should thankful to him, thankful to Bhante. So this is how sutta is started. Thus have I heard on one occasion the Blessed One was living at Savatthi, Jetasguru Anathapindika's monastery. So before the Buddhahood, Buddha said, Obbeva me bhikkhave sambodha anubhisambuddha. Before the Buddhahood, during the Bodhisattva period, Mayang etadavoti, it occurred to me. During the Bodhisattva period, Mayang etadavoti, it occurred to me. Yannunaham Dvedhāvitakkasuttaṃ vitakke viharayanti. It is better dividing my thoughts into two groups. It is better dividing my thoughts into two groups. What are them? Yochayam kama vitakko, vyapada vitakko, vihimsa vitakko. the thoughts of kama, thoughts of vyapada, thoughts of vihinsa, thoughts of kama, thoughts of vyapada, thoughts of vihinsa. These three kinds of thoughts are put into one group. And thought of abhyapada, thought of avihinsa, thought of nekkam, thought of nekkam, thoughts of nekkam, uh, thought of nekkam, thought of abhyapada, thought of avihinsa. Put these three kinds of these three kinds of thought put into a second group. This is how Bodhisattva divided his thoughts into two groups. Dvedha means two. Vitakka means thoughts. Two kinds of vitakka. That is why. That is what the meaning of the name of the sutta. Dvedhāvitakkasuttaṃ. So, Dhamma friends, nekkama vitakko, abhyapada vitakko, avihinsa vitakko. Those are wholesome states. Kama vitakko, vyapada vitakko, vihinsa vitakko. Those are unwholesome states. So, kama vitakko means, if we can translate kama vitakko means, we can translate as thought of sensual desire or thought of sensual world, sensual ideas, thought of sensual world. That can be translated as kama vitakka. That can be thought as kama vitakka, thought of sensual world, sensual desire. And vyapada vitakko means thought of ill will, vyapada means thought of ill will. Vihinsa means thought of cruelty. Vihinsa vitakko means thought of cruelty. So, during the Bodhisattva period, many kinds of thought arise in the Bodhisattva's mind. So, Bodhisattva, the ascetic Siddhartha, wanted to divide these thoughts into two groups. That is the bhavana. That was the bhavana during the Bodhisattva. That was a method of bhavana, method of meditation, method of bhavana during Bodhisattva period. What are the kama vitakka during the Bodhisattva period? He didn't think so many things, but when he saw the environment, saw the rivers, saw the beautiful environment, he feel to enjoy. Then he decided this is not good. So he divided his thoughts into two groups. So Dhamma friends, let's go to the sutta. Tassamayam bhikkhave evam apamattas atapino bhayatattas virato uppajjati kama vitakka. While I was, he said, Buddha pointed out, while I was endeavoring diligently, urgently, and resolutely, a thought of kama, thought of sensual desire arose in me. While I was endeavoring diligently, urgently, resolutely, a thought of sensual desire arose in me. I understood. Then I understood. A thought of sensual desire arose in me. I understood. A thought of sensual desire arose in me. And it attabhyabādāya samvattati. It leads to my own affliction. Thought of sensual desire leads to my own affliction. Thought of sensual desire leads to others' affliction. Leads to affliction of the both. And thought of sensual desire harm to wisdom, causes to difficulty, harm to wisdom. Thought of sensual desire or the Kama-vitakka causes to difficulty, and Kama-vitakka keep away from Nibbana. This is how Bodhisattva think about the sensual desire. Then Buddha said, when I consider that, I was able to subside the Kama-vitakka. When I consider that, I was able to subside the Kama-vitakka. Some friends, now we are talking about the thoughts of sensual desire. But then Bodhisattva thought the bad side of the Kama-vitakka. What are the bad side? Kama-vitakka leads to my own affliction. Kama-vitakka leads to affliction of others' affliction. Kama-vitakka leads to affliction of the both. So we should understand this. Now, if we think about the lustful thing or Kama-vitakka, what the bad benefit, what the bad side, what is the bad side? Now we can see Kama-vitakka leads to my own affliction, others' affliction of the both, and Panya Nirodhiko. Panya Nirodhiko means Kama-vitakka harm to wisdom. Kama-vitakka obstructs to wisdom. So we can't see the truth when the Kama-vitakka arose in our mind. We can't see the truth when the Kama-vitakka arose our mind. So Bodhisattva considered that, then he was able to subside the Kama-vitakka. So now you can practice that. Thus, when Kama-vitakka arose in your mind, you can think, this leads to my own affliction. This leads to others' affliction. This leads to affliction of the both. And this leads to this harm to wisdom. This harm to wisdom. And this causes to difficulty. And this keep away from Nibbana. That is the danger of the sensual thoughts. The thoughts of the sensual desire. That is the danger of the thoughts of sensual desire. Then, when the Bodhisattva considered that, he was able to subside the Kama-vitakka. So, Dhamma friends, let's go to the sutta. තස්සමයම් භික්කවේ එවං අපමත්තස්ස ආතාපිනෝ පහිතත්තස්ස විහෙරතෝ uppajjati vīnsa vyapada vitakka. Vyapada vitakka means thoughts of ill will. Vyapada vitakka means thoughts of ill will. Thoughts of ill will. So while I was endeavoring, or while I was striving diligently, urgently, and resolutely, thoughts of ill will arose in me. I understood. Thoughts of ill will arose in me. I understood. Thoughts of ill will arose in me. And it leads to my own affliction. It leads to affliction of others. It leads to affliction of the both. And it harm to wisdom. Harm to wisdom. Obstructs to wisdom. And it causes to difficulty. Thought of ill will causes to difficulties. The thought of ill will causes to difficulties. And thought of ill will keep away from Nibbana. When I consider that, when the Bodhisattva considered that, he was able to subside the thought of ill will. He was able to subside the thought of ill will. uppannang vyapada vitakkam pajahame vinodame vyanteva namapati. Whenever arose kama vitakka, whenever kama vitakka arose in the Bodhisattva's mind, he was able to abandon, give up those vitakka by considering thus. So we can abandon kama vitakka, abandon vyapada vitakka like this. What is the method? We should consider that the thought of ill will leads to my own affliction. Now, if you get any kind of cruel, angry thought or ill will thought, if you think ill will thought, what happened? It leads to your own affliction. It leads to others' own affliction. It leads to affliction of the both. That is the nature of the thought of ill will. And thought of ill will harm to wisdom. Now, if you think and ponder upon things and ponder upon ill will thought, it causes to difficulties. It causes to difficulties. If you think and ponder upon a thought of ill will, it harm to wisdom. So we should see we should consider about thought of ill will thus. So next one, while I was striving diligently, urgently, and resolutely, a thought of cruelty arose in me. While I was striving diligently, urgently, and resolutely, a thought of cruelty arose in me. I understood. A thought of cruelty arose in me. It leads to my own affliction. It leads to others' affliction. It leads to affliction of the both. it leads to affliction of the both, and it harms to wisdom. It harms to wisdom, obstructs to wisdom, cause to difficulties, and keep away from Nibbana. Keep away from Nibbana. When I consider thus, I was able to subside the thought of cruelty. That is how Bodhisattva managed the unwholesome state of the mind. Now, there are very important point here, very important. We can understand about our life. Janyadeva bhikkave anuvitakketu anuvichareto tata tata nati hoti cetasa. What bhikkhus, whatever a bhikkhu frequently thinks and ponders upon, that will be the inclination of the mind. Bhikkhus, whatever a bhikkhu frequently thinks and ponders upon, that will be the inclination of the mind. Nati means inclination. So, some people ask, Venerable Sir, I always get angry. I am hot tempered. What is the reason? This is the reason. Some people ask, I always feel about lustful thoughts. What is the reason? This is the reason. Frequently thinks and ponders upon. This is the reason. You can understand about your nature. Frequently thinks and ponders upon. That will be the inclination of the mind. So, that is very important. Whatever we thinks and ponders upon frequently, that is the inclination of the mind. We should understand that. So that is how Bodhisattva, during the Bodhisattva period, that is how he managed his mind with the unwholesome states of the mind. Let's go to the sutta. While I was, now let's talk about the wholesome states. What are the wholesome states? While I was striving diligently, urgently, and resolutely, Nekkamma vitakko arose in me. Nekkamma vitakka arose in me. Nekkamma vitakka means thought of. Nekkamma vitakka means thought of renunciation. Nekkamma vitakka means we can translate as renunciation. Thoughts of nekkamma arose in me. I understood a thought of nekkamma arose in me that leads to does not lead to my own affliction. Nekkamma vitakka does not lead to my own affliction. Does not lead others' affliction. Does not lead affliction of the both. And the Nekkamma vitakka aids to wisdom. Nekkamma vitakka aids to wisdom. Nekkamma vitakka leads to wisdom. It helps to wisdom. That is the importance of the Nekkamma vitakka. Thoughts of renunciation. And it does not cause to difficulties. Nekkama vitakka does not cause to difficulties. And nekkam vitakka help to nibbana. Nekkama vitakka means thought of renunciation. That means nekkama vitakka means if we think about the impermanence of the body, impermanence of the world, impermanence of the environment, impermanence of the feelings, that can be introduced as a nekkama vitakka, or the thoughts of sensual, thoughts of renunciation. Dhamma friends. So, he said, the Bodhisattva, Buddha pointed out, if I think and ponders upon this nekkama vitakka for a night, even for a night, even for a day, even for a day and night, I didn't see any kind of fear and dread because of that. But this is very important. But if I think for a long time, the nekkama vitakka, body get tired. When the body get tired, mind get disturbed. Mind disturbed. It disturbed mind. When the body get tired, it disturbed the mind. When the mind disturbed, it is difficult to concentration. It is far from concentration. Therefore, I steadied the mind in the inside. Therefore, I steadied the mind in the inside. That is what the Buddha pointed out. Why that? My mind is not should be disturbed. That is why. So that is about the thoughts of renunciation, thought of nekkama. Diligently, urgently, and resolutely, while I was striving diligently, urgently, and resolutely, a thought of none ill will arose in me. I understood thought of none ill will arose in me, and it leads to, and it does not lead to my own application. If you think metta, or the compassion, or the mudita, thoughts of mudita, it does not uh, leads to your own application, others application of the both, and it leads to wisdom, it aids to wisdom. If you think about the metta or compassion, it helps to wisdom, aids to wisdom, and does not cause to difficulties. Thought of avihinsa, avihinsa vitakko does not cause to difficulties. Avihinsa vitakko does not, abhyapada vitakko does not cause to difficulties. When I consider thus, that is about abhyapada vitakko. So if I think even for the night, even for a day, even for a day and night, I didn't see any kind of fear and dread because of abhyapada vitakko. Because of abhyapada vitakko. But if I think for a long time, Abhyapada Vitakka, it get tired, body get tired. When the body is tired, mind is disturbed. When the mind disturbed, it is far from concentration. Then I studied the mind in the inside. Why that? My mind should not be disturbed. That is the wholesome side. That is the wholesome side. So that is how Bodhisattva capitalized his wholesome thoughts. That is how the Bodhisattva capitalize or make use his wholesome thought to develop to his development. So these are the wholesome aspects and unwholesome aspects. So we can understand how what are the impact these wholesome thoughts and unwholesome thoughts. If we think Kama vitakko, vyapada vitakko, vihinsa vitakko, thinks and ponders upon what happened. What happened? So those are lead to our own affliction, others' affliction of the both, and the Kama vitakko, vyapada vitakko, and vihinsa vitakko. Kama vitakka, vyapada vitakka, and vihinsa vitakka harm to wisdom. So we should not think and ponder upon Kama vitakka, vyapada vitakka, and vihinsa vitakka. So if we think Kama vitakka, vyapada vitakka, vihinsa vitakka, panya nirodhiko, the harm to wisdom, obstructs to wisdom. So if we think and ponder upon nekkhamma vitakko, abhyapada vitakko, ahimsa vitakko, aids to wisdom, leads to nibbana. So we should try to think nekkhamma vitakko, abhyapada vitakko, avihimsa vitakko. So that is what the main idea, main reasons, main facts in this sutta. So I only talk these points in this sutta. So if you have any kinds of question, please leave a comment. Or if you have any question about this sutta, I don't hope to talk all the sutta because it is very long. So I only talk these main points in this sutta today. If you have any kind of question, please leave a comment. I am happy to answer your question. Janaki Balasuriya, question from Janaki Balasuriya, Janaki Amma. Dear Bante, do you suggest that becoming aware of the bad vitakka as soon as arise in your mind is the first step one should adopt in the order to get rid of them? According to this sutta, yes, according to this sutta, we should adopt, we should use this method as soon as bad vitakka arose in our mind. We should consider thus. We should consider thus. It harm to me. It leads to my own affliction, others' own affliction of the both. As soon as our karma vitakka or the bad vitakka arose in our mind, we should consider thus. Karma vitakka or the vyapada vitakka or the vihinsa vitakka arose in me. First of all, we should understand what are the vitakka, what are the thought, what is bad thought or good thought. We should be able to understand. So, when you practice Dhamma, sometimes you can understand about the thoughts of your mind. So, but normally we don't manage it. Now we can manage your thoughts according to this sutta. So, first of all, we should understand what are the thoughts. That is why Bodhisattva divide into two groups his thoughts during the Bodhisattva period. Nekkhamma vitakko, abhyapada vitakko, avihinsa vitakko. These thoughts are put into one group, and kama vitakko, vyapada vitakko, vihinsa vitakko, these thoughts are put into another group. Like that, you had better divide your thoughts into two groups. These are bad side, these are good side. So as soon as the bad thoughts arose in your mind, you can consider these methods. Attabhyabhada api samvattati, parabhyabhada api samvattati, ubhyabhyabhada api samvattati. This is the sutta. So panya nirodhiko, vigata pakiko, anibbana samvattati. That means my own affliction, others' affliction of the both, harm to wisdom, cause to difficulties, and keep away from nibbana. When we consider thus, we can subside our bad thought. And when the good thought, good vitakka, the wholesome vitakka arose in our mind, we should consider thus this good thought help to me. This wholesome thought does not lead to my own affliction, does not lead to others' affliction, does not lead to affliction of the both, and aids to nibbana, does not cause to difficulties, does not leads to Nibbana. That is how we should manage our good thoughts and bad thoughts. Thank you very much. Bhante can't resist to get rid of ants and cockroaches at home. How can we overcome? So, sometime when we go to when we work, without our purpose, sometimes they get killed. But there are no any kind of our interfere. It is not impact on you because you didn't do that intentionally. So we should arrange our environment. We should arrange our environment. We should we should keep our environment very clear, and we should choose very suitable places for our life, our living. So we can't live. We can't live. We can't live with the animals. Why? Because we are human. They are animal. They don't have culture, but we have culture. We have some qualities than them. So we have to arrange our life. So then we should be able to clean our environment, and then when we do some work, sometime they get harmed. Those animals, those creatures get harmed, but it doesn't impact on us as bad karma. Why? We didn't do that intentionally. That is the incident. So we should not harm them intentionally. That is the Buddha's advice. Maganil Noban. Maganil Noban. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. How do I get money? So you can do a good job. So you can do a good job, then you can get money. Buddha did not preach to not to earn. Buddha has advised earn money. Ekena bhoge bunjaya dvikammam payoje. Chatuttancha nidape apadas bhavisati. The Buddha has advised you to save the money also. Buddha have advised Uttana Sampada. Uttana Sampada means we should make effort again and again. Uttana Sampada. Arakka Sampada. We should protect that money. Arakka Sampada. We should protect. And Arakka Sampada. And Samajivikata. We should balance our expense. We should balance. We should not expense than our income. We should be able to expense the money according to our income. That is how, and we should try to save. That is how earn money, and that is how we should manage the money. So that is the advice according to the Buddha. Sam was the corner, water with salt and let dry it. Lights on. So, dear Dhamma friends, it is time to end of the sermon. So before end up the sermon, let's anumodana. Let's do anumodana. First of all, most venerable Mankadawala Nanda Mankadawala Sudassana Thera and Mankadawala Nandaratana Thera and Kotmale Kumarakassapa Thera, Bhikkhu Pesala, Bhante Sudasso and Ayyaswama, all the bhikkhus and nuns in the world, and all the live joiners with us. And so now all together transfer these merits to the Deva, to Devas. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumodittva chiran rakkantu buddha sasanam. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumodittva chiran rakkantu buddha savakam. ආකාසට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා දේවා නාග මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා බෝධයන්තු සිවම් පදං. සාදු සාදු සාදු. Dear friends, now I bless to all of you. Sabbhitiyo yajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu nāte bhavadantarayo sukhi dīghāyuko bhava abhivādana sīlissa niccang uddhāpachāyino chattaro dhamma vaddanti ආයුවන්නෝ සුඛං බලං. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you all of you join with us. Tevān Sannai to all of you.